I'm Patricia.
Standing at the podium of the annual shareholder meeting, I watched as the man who once betrayed me, now named Ethan, stood there pale and speechless. The room was filled with a hushed silence, and I knew that this was the moment I had been waiting for. A few weeks ago, I was just the seemingly silent wife beside Ethan. We were at a grand dinner, celebrating what I thought was our long-standing marriage. The crystal glass in my hand trembled slightly as Ethan stood up in the opulent, chandelier-lit room. He adjusted his tie as if he were about to enter a high-stakes business meeting, not a dinner for our relationship. "Thank you all for being here," he said clearly and confidently. "Patricia and I have had a long journey together." I forced a smile, but inside, I felt something break. His eyes swept past me too quickly, and that fake, polite smile was the same one he used for important clients. Across the table, in a stunning red dress, sat Lily, his company's new marketing director. She was young, overly confident, and there was a familiarity in her glances at Ethan. I had noticed them exchanging looks several times that evening. Then, Ethan continued, "We've shared many memories, but tonight, I have something special to share." Lily leaned forward subtly, rummaging in her purse under the table. My throat tightened. Just as Ethan was about to speak, Lily stood up, her voice steady like a seasoned speaker. "Ethan and I are getting married," she announced, holding up a dazzling ring. The table went silent. A guest dropped their utensil. Ethan just stood there, trying to appear composed but clearly tense. I set my glass down gently. Everyone in the room stared at me, waiting for a reaction. Tears, a scream, a slap. But I didn't give them what they expected. I locked eyes with Ethan and smiled, a smile that made him visibly nervous for the rest of the night. After the dinner ended, I didn't go home. I went to the office in the Hamilton Tower, the headquarters of Starlight Logistics. Ethan didn't know that the 38th floor, unlisted on the elevator directory, was where the real power center of the company was. My family background was quite unique. My father, Henry, was a shrewd and far-sighted businessman. When I was young, he taught me that in the business world, sometimes it's better to let others underestimate you. When he passed away suddenly, he left me control over a network of private equity funds, including a majority stake in Starlight Logistics. I had approved Ethan's application for the COO position at the budding logistics firm. Through a series of complex financial arrangements, I provided the capital and later nominated him as CEO. He was too busy showing off his so-called business skills to question why everything came so easily to him. In my unmarked office, I opened a hidden wall safe behind a charcoal abstract painting. Inside were the original transfer deeds of Starlight Logistics, clearly stating that I, Patricia, was the sole legal owner. I photographed the documents and sent them to our family lawyer, Arthur, with a message to activate Phase 2. The next morning, I initiated Protocol Orion, a contingency plan my father and I had created years ago. After a series of strict authentication processes, I locked Ethan out of the company's administrative systems. I also had evidence of financial irregularities in projects managed by Lily. I had suspected it for a long time, and now I knew Ethan was involved. I compiled a dossier with emails, audio recordings, and digital documents bearing Ethan's signature. I sent the hard copies to Arthur to deliver to every board member. Ethan called me multiple times, leaving voicemails saying it was a misunderstanding and that I was overreacting. Lily also sent a message, trying to intimidate me. I forwarded these messages to Arthur as supporting materials. At the emergency board meeting, Ethan entered with his usual confidence, but froze when he saw me at the head of the table. The CFO informed him that I, as the primary executive owner, had the right to call the meeting. I presented the evidence, and the board demanded a formal explanation from Ethan within 24 hours. 3 weeks later, at the annual shareholder meeting, just as Ethan was about to present his false financial report, I stepped onto the stage. "I'm Patricia, the legal owner of 65% of Starlight Logistics," I announced clearly. The room fell silent. I showed the company's legal structure on the screen, revealing Ethan's unauthorized actions over the past few years. I also presented evidence of his collusion with Vivian, a mid-level employee who had leaked company information to a competitor. The shareholders were shocked, and Ethan had nothing to say. Within 24 hours, Ethan was suspended as CEO, and Vivian was terminated from her new position at the competitor. Ethan's assets were frozen, and he lost access to the company. Vivian was blacklisted from the industry. Now, as the new CEO of Starlight Logistics, I stood at the podium. I announced that we were merging with our former rival, Horizon Logistics. This merger was not just about finance, but about a new leadership philosophy: transparency, efficiency, and talent over connections. I also restructured the Starlight Foundation into a platform to support young women in business. I selected the first 30 participants for the Athena program, a leadership training initiative. My journey from a seemingly silent wife to the powerful leader of a major logistics firm is a testament to the fact that silence doesn't mean weakness. Those who underestimated me learned that I was the one holding the key to real change. And as I continue to lead, I'm determined to build a better future for the company and for all those who were once overlooked.